is, so tomorrow, January 5th, the Lakers will officially be able to give 10-day contracts or the Exhibit 10 contracts. So they can now start looking at guys like, Hassan Whiteside. There's also Tony Snell. There's Derek Favors, DeMarcus Cousins.
Now, to give a 10-day contract, they have to currently obviously not be enrolled on an NBA roster.
Yeah, so it's just it's free agents. So basically, any of the free agents that are still out there, the Lakers could bring on a 10-day contract. So because they have 14 roster spots, they can bring in 2 10-day contracts. So with those 10-day contracts, they could bring in like a Whiteside and a Mo Harkless, and then you can give them up to, I believe it's 3 10-day contracts. So you give 3 10-day contracts, and then after that, you either have to let them go or you have to sign them. So this could be a good opportunity for the Lakers because now you can go because now you if you go get Mo Harkless and Hassan Whiteside, well, now you got a center, shot blocking and rebounding center, and you also got a 3-and-D small forward, power forward, but he's more D than the 3.
And Whiteside doesn't need a start, correct?
I mean, I would start him. I would. I mean, because you could start him and Thomas Bryant. Very likely, I would imagine Darvin Ham wouldn't start Whiteside. I imagine what would happen is Thomas Bryant would still start, and then Whiteside would be the first big off the bench. But he's a guy that can.
Oh no, I meant like after AD comes back.
Oh, so here's the thing. When it comes to Hassan Whiteside, he's a guy that the reason he's a great talent. He's still really young. He's still only 33 years old. Great rebounder, great shot blocker, still has good athleticism. All those things, right? But he is a bit of a locker room issue. He's a bit of a just problem, right? And he's built up this reputation. My hope is that he's gotten a piece of humble pie. And because he's gotten a piece of humble pie, because he didn't get a roster spot. No team wants to touch him right now. My hope is that because he got a little piece of humble pie, he'll come in and accept the role and do what he has to do. So if he does, then that's great. You get a low risk, high reward type player that can come in. If he doesn't work, then you just let him go and it's no big deal, right? You let him go. You tried. Okay, then that's probably it. Hassan Whiteside's probably never getting picked up again. His career in the NBA is probably done. So that's something else that the Lakers could keep in mind is this might be Hassan Whiteside's last chance, right? So you come in, you're probably going to have a solid role with the Lakers because they need another big, especially when AD's out. But when AD isn't, or when AD does come back, if you do like him and he does accept his role and he does do what you need him to do, well, now he's a guy that you could start alongside AD, or you could have him come off the bench and back up AD. And even at times you blame. I mean, good luck trying to score inside with Anthony Davis and Whiteside. You got 2 great help defenders and shot blockers in a lot of people want Miles Turner for that reason, because Anthony Davis and Miles Turner are both great shot blockers, great help defenders. Well, so is Whiteside. So basically between Whiteside and Thomas Bryant, you get everything you could want with Miles Turner. You get the great shot blocking, you get better rebounding. Whiteside's more athletic, but he's not the shooter. But Thomas Bryant, he's the shooter. He can put the ball in the hoop, shoot from pretty much anywhere for a big, but he's not a good shot blocker. So basically the opposite. So you could also play them together if you needed to. So you could have Hassan Whiteside and Thomas Bryant playing at the same time if you wanted to. You could have Anthony Davis and Hassan Whiteside playing together. Hassan Whiteside would basically give you what you were hoping Damian Jones was. Damian Jones last year was a good rebounder and a good just like energized player. And it just hasn't worked this year. He hasn't been able to put it together this year. So Hassan Whiteside is at least an NBA vet who has experience, who has been a starter in the league, who has had, 20 and 15 games. He's a guy that's had 20 rebound games. So he's a guy that can provide a lot of the things that the Lakers really need
Can he guard the perimeter, though? That is a huge question.
No, but neither can Miles Turner. Neither can, no center can really guard the perimeter. I mean, Anthony Davis could do a good job guarding the perimeter to a degree, but not to the level that we need. But that's where Mo Harkless comes in. Mo Harkless, he's, again, a veteran, a guy who's still relatively young, who can come in. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's 6'7" size. So he's got true size, could play both forward spots. And he's been known his entire career as a defender. He's a defensive player. So you have him as a defender, and he's not a great three-point shooter. He has had seasons, though, where he shot, 38 to 40%. So if he can even replicate that, but even if he could just be a serviceable shooter, he could be for us what Stanley Johnson was last year. A guy that many people kind of write off and are kind of like iffy on, but comes in, earns his role, earns his spot, and just becomes a glue guy. Right? Like that's what we need. So with those two, I really think that you could get a real boost. Now, are they two guys that are going to come in and make us contenders? No. But they could help us win games that we might not win otherwise. They could, actually earn a roster spot, especially on this type of roster. They're two veteran guys that have playoff experience. Even Mo Harkless has a relationship with Patrick Beverley because they played together with the Clippers. And they were actually, if you look up that duo's defensive rating together, they're actually really good. They're one of that season, they were one of the top, when they were in the lineups, they were one of the top 5s in the lineups. So all of those things could really be a factor and really help. Lakers just need size and bodies right now, right? That's what the Lakers need.
Yeah.
So these are two guys that could come in and really help. But, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the Lakers, we need to find pieces like that? Do you think you bring in one guy? Do you think you give both guys a look? Again, it's 10-day contract, so it's low risk, high reward. If it doesn't work, you just let them go after 10 days. If it does work, you bring them on for a roster spot.
I will say this, though, and I like Whiteside. I do. I like the idea of Whiteside. Harkless I like as well. But the thing is with Whiteside and Harkless, those are two, I guess you can say, safer bets, right? Because let's say if you go after DeMarcus Cousins, which I favor, but DeMarcus Cousins with his injury prone, that's the big question there. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay healthy. So currently right now, I think he's still injured actually.
He, as far as I know, he's available. He could play, but the problem is that one, Russ is playing. So I just saw something come up with Russ. But DeMarcus Cousins, yes, very injury prone. 2, he doesn't have the foot speed anymore. He doesn't have the movement mobility, which is a problem. He's kind of just a big body in the paint.
To me, he's like an older Zion. You know what I mean? It makes sense, like a little bit like that bully type. Yeah, of course. And I don't know.
He's more of like a poor man Joker at this point, where Joker.
You would say so? A Joker?
Yes, in the sense of Joker isn't a great defensive center. He's not chasing guys over. He's more of just a big body that you can't really get around is what it is. That's DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, he can knock down the 3 ball, he can shoot pretty well. That's why he worked so well with Denver last season, because he does have a lot of similarities to Joker. I mean, he's not the passer or just the elite player that Joker is, but
or even the scorer for that matter.
Yeah, but I mean, at one point he was, but not so much anymore just because of injuries. But that's the problem, is you're not going to get that. You're not going to get the defensive foot speed that you would get with Hassan Whiteside. Also, again, injury history, and then third, he can't really play more, and that was the problem Denver had. He couldn't really play more than 10 to 12 minutes a game. And you need him, you need a guy that you can count on, that if you need to, he can play. Hassan Whiteside could play. You could play Hassan Whiteside 32, 40 minutes a game if you wanted. You could start Hassan Whiteside. You could play him almost the entire game if you wanted to. So that's the difference, in my opinion. And I just think Hassan Whiteside gives you more of what the Lakers need. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, if you get Anthony Davis, might be a little helpful, because Anthony Davis is so good at making up on the defensive end. But that's one of the reasons AD keeps getting hurt, because he has to do Where if you have Whiteside, he doesn't like you can just leave Whiteside on an island and he can go and and block the shot, or at least alter the shot, or at least make it difficult. And that's what the Lakers really need is they need somebody like that. DeMarcus Cousins, he's not going to give you the defense, so you need somebody like, in my opinion, a Whiteside. A lot of people want Derek Favors too, which Derek Favors I would probably rather have over Hassan Whiteside, but again, Derek Favors doesn't give you the defense. He gives you the low post threat. He's a solid rebounder, but Whiteside gives you two of the three things you need terribly. Like you need shot blocking and you need rebounding. That's what you need. And you don't, and they just don't have that. Like they just don't have the shot blocking or rebounding, and neither does Derek Favors, and neither does DeMarcus Cousins. So
Aldridge is available, right? Too. LaMarcus Aldridge he's still
yeah, but he's old. Like he's what 30.
We got him. We gave Carmelo a look. DJ Augustine, we gave him a look. There's Cousins. There's Isaiah Thomas. Which, how do you feel about it? Like if we were to go pick up like Isaiah.
Nah, we've tried him before.
I know, but like you don't think it would work this time around?
Nah. He's too small. He's too small. He's not ever since the hip injury, he's too inconsistent now. Like before the hip injury, he was a walking bucket. He was a guy that could go get you 20 to 30 a game. He would have been perfect.
Because I kind of liked him. It's just I would like him on this roster, but not with so many small guards. We already have like
if we had a bunch of like
we already have Schroeder, we already have Beverly, you know what I mean? Like
like if we were like Toronto, where we had like a bunch of sizable wings, then sure, give Isaiah Thomas a look and see what you get. But the problem is that like he's not the consistent scorer. He can't shoot the way he used to. Like that dude used to be like, if you left him open, it was like almost a guaranteed bucket. Like the guy was a walking bucket. He's not so much anymore, unfortunately. And it's still early, but I just want to say the Lakers are hanging around. They're up 21-17. So
yeah. What's your take on Eric Bledsoe?
No, he's washed up. Like, he's not the defender he once was. He still can't shoot. He can't really do anything. He's never really been a traditional point guard. I would want to stay away from him.
Or should we bring Wayne Ellington back?
No, Wayne Ellington.
I know, I'm joking.
That was no, I get it. But yeah, no, I mean, look, that dude, I always wanted Wayne Ellington with LeBron James. The problem is we just got him too late.
Yeah.
Like, and
so
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah. No, I agree. We got Jeremy Lamb, which I actually like Jeremy Lamb, Blake Griffin, but Blake Griffin's another one. Because
Blake Griffin's on the Celtics.
Did he already get signed? Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's on a while ago. He's on the Celtics.
That's right, yeah. Tristan Thompson, is he still available?
Yeah, but no. Again, another guy. I mean,
well, LeBron would never allow that to happen.
A lot of people want Tony Snell also, but my problem with Tony Snell is that dude might be the most inconsistent NBA player of all time. Like that dude, I'm dead serious. Like that guy either is like lights out. He's the only player that has had, I believe, multiple perfect games, shooting over like X%. And I mean, like he had like a 28-point game where he didn't miss a single shot, and he's also like the only player in NBA history that has played over like 28 minutes and didn't register one rebound, one assist, 1 point,